Welcome. In front of me is a OnePlus 15R, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this phone. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top right side of the screen, like so, and this will bring down your toggles, and somewhere in here you'll find your screen recording toggle. Now there's multiple pages, so you can swipe through this. And you can see for me this toggle is on the second page, but if you don't see it on any of the pages, you can add that toggle by clicking right here on this pencil. And from here, we're going to select the plus button. And everything below here in this darker area is toggles that you can add. Now, there's a little bit of a two kind of options of those. So you can see these are kind of grayer and these are darker. The darker ones are ones you can add. The gray looking ones are already ones that are added. As you can see, eye comfort is already added right here. So anyway, from here you would just tap on one of those toggles. It automatically gets added here. And when you click on done, it will stay here. So now that you can see the screen recording toggle, first time around, I recommend holding it and then selecting more settings. This will quickly take you to the settings where you can customize some of the options, for instance, like the definition, which for some moronic reason is set to 720p like it's 2010. We're going to obviously switch that to high. Now, you also have custom, but custom caps at whatever high offers you, so there is nothing higher than this. Apparently 1080p 16 megabits is as much as this device can offer you in 2026, which is absolutely pathetic. But it is the best thing we can get right here, so that's what we're gonna go with, because we're surely not gonna be selecting medium or anything below that even. So choose high, and this will give you a high resolution along with just a sharper image. Higher bitrate would basically mean that the device looks a little bit sharper. Now 16, depending on frame rate, might not be enough right here, so something to keep in mind. Now if we scroll down, we also have frame rate. We have it set to dynamic, which means that the frame rate can go up to 165 frames. Holy shit, why? Now this is going to be only recorded in such a frame rate when content can be captured at this frame rate, or when you have content that actually is running at it. So as an example, if you have a game that is running at up to 165 frames, it's going to record it at that. But for instance, if you're looking at movie or trying to, for instance, record your, I don't know, whatever video you're playing on your screen right now, then this will probably be recorded at about 24 frames, as most kind of movies and shows are at 24 frames. So that would be kind of capped to that. Now, generally, I don't recommend using dynamic just because it doesn't really offer you much. And the higher the frame rate here is, the more the bitrate will struggle. So that's another thing that doesn't really go well together. So we're going to be choosing 60 right here. Hard capped to a what could be a universal kind of frame rate, considered as universal frame rate. And this frame rate can be used anywhere. Every device supports it. YouTube supports this. Anything above that, that becomes a little bit more iffy. Though, to be completely transparent with this, if you record at 165 frames and you upload this to YouTube, it's fine. It's just about 105 frames of it, which is a significant portion of that, just kind of gets snapped out of existence, because YouTube only, operates in 60 max. So anything above that just gets kind of lost and removed. So that's why I recommend 60. It will give you that nice semi-smooth motion of 60 frames. Bitrate should still keep up relatively well with this. And I think it's basically the go-to option. 30 on the other hand side, which you do have the option, contrary to what console manufacturers would like you to believe, or would have liked you to believe a couple years ago, it's not a cinematic experience. That's why they moved out of this idea and now have 120 frames. And yeah. So anyway, another options in here. Let's see, do we have anything? We have video coding format. We're going to keep it as it is. And there's not much more here. So we're going to close this, as these two options are most important. Now, these two are also important, but if we find the toggle, tap on it, select while using the app, start it, it'll get you these two options every time you start recording. So you can choose what kind of audio will be recorded. And we have system sound and microphone. So from here, you can select both or one of those and start recording. Now, I do want to also add a little bit of a tidbit. If you're planning to record both, I would highly recommend using headphones for this, as typically what will happen is when you're recording the system sound is actually being recorded internally. So you wouldn't even need to hear it yourself, but it is still going to be recorded. And so that's going to be first recording of a sound. And then if it's that same sound is coming through speakers, microphone will pick it up for the second time. So single sound will be recorded twice, which will create this kind of echo effect. And obviously, you don't want that. Anyway, I'm going to only stick with the system sound and then click on start recording, which you can see automatically begins recording. So whatever I'll open up right now will be recorded. So I'll just kind of go through this. Just kind of doing whatever here. Now I also want to showcase something else that you will probably experience. Just quickly check something. I am connected to Wi-Fi, good. So we have applications like, where the hell is it? So we have Netflix right here, which is one. Surprisingly enough, I don't see Spotify right here, which usually would have been also pre-installed. Let me just quickly check if I'm blind. Nope, I'm not blind. Okay, so I'm gonna just stick with the Netflix. Now, bear in mind, I did not install Netflix myself. It comes with the device by default, and nor do I even own a Netflix account. Okay, so I don't have internet connection, so let's do one more thing. So if you have this overlay, what you can do is, for instance, click on it and pause it right here. So I'm gonna pause it, and what I'm gonna do now is go into Wi-Fi and connect to network. Now I paused it so you can see when I'm typing in the password. Okay, so now that I'm connected to network, I can click right here and resume it. And let's go back to Netflix. Let's reload it. And there we go. Now, props given right here to OnePlus. They do give you this pop-up whenever you open it up. Protected, cannot be recorded. Thank you. That's pretty good. At least you're aware that your screen recorder right now sees absolutely jack shit. But I do want to point this out because you can see I'm not signed into to Netflix. I didn't download this application. I didn't ever agree to terms of service or use for this crap because I don't even have an account. I never did. So this will become important as when we go to view our recording. So let's stop it and move to our Photos application right here, where we can find our recording. No, we're not going to be signing in. Piss off. Straight up piss off. There we go. And you can see your screen recording in the Photos tab. But the better way to find it would be by going into Albums. And in Albums, you will find one or a couple albums which you can locate your screen recordings in, videos and screenshots. Both of them will have it. I prefer myself the screenshots, as this just kind of makes it a little bit easier as you have only screenshots and screen recordings. And screen recordings obviously have a timer next to it, so it makes it a little bit easier to locate it. And additionally, you can also just categorize it to view only videos or photos, which in turn would only display your screen recordings in here, or screenshots, depending on what you select. So now clicking on it, it's now already playing, so you'll be able to see everything that I was doing in here. And additionally, I think you can see this kind of this dot, though I am kind of quick about it. That's everywhere my finger was pressing the display. Now, going to what you're about to see in less than a minute, is going to be a protection feature of Android. This protection feature is designed to protect the user's privacy and security. And for the most part, it's a handy portion of Android as a security measure. As an example, if you imagine that on your device you have a virus that is straight up just doing something that screen recording would, which is recording your screen, and then instead of saving it to your gallery, it's sending it to someone that it shouldn't be, and you're and that recording is being used while you open up your bank application and typing in your pins. Now you can imagine how threatening to like your bank security that would be. So bank applications do block it, and that is done for your privacy and security and your money. While here, what you're about to see, this is done for privacy and security of the corporate piece of shit that owns Netflix. It's done so he can afford another Aston Martin or Ferrari, whatever the hell he drives. And this is done completely without your permission, control over this, without you ever agreeing to terms of service or them even asking for permission. These creepy cunts definitely have probably been on Epstein Islands, considering they don't seem to ask for permission right here. They're just doing whatever the hell they want. And because I personally find this absolutely messed up in a way that, you know, your device is being controlled by a corporate piece of shit that basically decides to have their application preloaded on your device and then define how you can interact with said applications that is on your device. I am a firm believer that as long as you didn't ask permission for this and I didn't agree to it, you can go F yourself. And because that, what I'm going to show you, so by the way, just to kind of go over this, as I didn't mention, right here is where Netflix is open. And all you can see is just black screen. So, because it never asked me for this, we're going to go into something like, for instance, our browser. And here, we can navigate to, just get through the setup, there we go. So, and here we're going to navigate to pstream.mov. So there we go. Boop. And this is basically something that could be considered as a copy of Netflix or every other streaming platform. The secret is it's completely for free. So I can open up any kind of video in here. We're going to select using default setup. Use default setup. You can actually download the plugin and it might get you better results in terms of finding a repository. As you've seen, I went through a bunch of them without actually succeeding. I'm going to skip this. Can I like get rid of this? Come on, there we go. See if it's gonna play. Should. No, it might take. There we go. As you can see, it's playing. So, buffering right here, not the best. I do recommend adding that plugin, as this makes loading these videos and buffering them much better from my experience. But yeah, that's one way. And this isn't the only one. You have like you have the pstream, you have the what was it? Let me quickly check. Ether.mom or Aether, or however you wanna just prop it in here. There we go. That's another one. It's basically the same thing. Though this one has a little bit ads, like when you click on it, so it might redirect you. But works the same way. Great alternatives, free, and guess what? You can record screens while using this. So that's one thing. And for instance, for things like Spotify, because Spotify also does this same shit, if you want to record it, you should be completely free to do so. And I find it absolutely moronic that an application that started straight up from piracy, as Spotify did, now has a little bitch-ass sissy fit about the fact that a website decided to scrape their media and make basically a repository for it, or like a archive of their music. And they're trying to sue them. Boo fucking who? Cry me a river, you little cunts. You decided that it's fine for you to scrape it, but hey, other ones, oh no. Like, so for that, what you can use instead, which I highly recommend because it also works for YouTube to get rid of annoying ads, is searching for Revanced. Once you find it, you can from there install things like Revanced YouTube. You can install the music version of it, or even Spotify. And these work, music-wise, they work a little bit iffy. They're not perfect. But for instance, the YouTube version works freaking splendidly, and I highly recommend using it. And you can play YouTube, for instance, just normal YouTube in the background without the subscription, which is just fantastic. So highly recommend checking those out. It's going to be a great kind of improvement over your sanity and media experience without needing to pay for anything. So you kind of getting rid of all that shitification that you never really wanted anyway. So, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and I really hope you found this video helpful.